Tonight's KX Conversation, we're welcoming back Republican Senator Kevin Cramer. He joins us from Washington. Hello, Senator.
Hi, Lauren. Good to be with you.
Yeah, earlier today you were sworn in for an impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump. He's accused of provoking that attack at the Capitol on January 6th. You said earlier today that you think it's a waste of time.
Well, I think it's even really worse than a waste of time. But first of all, I think it's a waste of time because I think the clear reading of the Constitution is that we have the power in the Constitution to impeach presidents, not former presidents, vice presidents, and any civil officer. But there's no reference by the founders to people who have left a political office. That's the first thing. The second problem with it is I think the criminal standard, and let's not forget that is what we're talking about, a criminal standard, that is to say high crimes, misdemeanors, I don't think is met by this at all, by the idea that his speech on January 6th was liable for what happened in the Capitol on January 6th. But worse than all of that is just the practical implications of a unity speech at a president's inauguration followed by the former president's impeachment. That is not conducive to unity at all. That is just going to further divide the political players and the country at a time when what we ought to be doing is focusing on unifying.
And I'm hearing that there would be basically no chance that there are not enough votes for the former president to be convicted. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a great point because we had a little bit of a test vote today. Senator Rand Paul made a motion. Really, it was a parliamentary issue, checking on whether we should even do this. And the motion ended up being tabled, which is the other parliamentary trick that the other side uses. And that vote was a 55 to 45 vote. Basically what that means, Lauren, is that only 55 senators even thought we should have the trial. That tells me that there aren't more than 55 votes for impeachment, and there may even be fewer than 55 after we've had the trial. So yeah, I think it is not just highly unlikely, but almost impossible that the president would be impeached. But it's going to take several days, maybe a couple of weeks of time, dragging the country through another impeachment, and a retroactive one at that. This would be the first time in history that a president has been impeached retroactively after a snap impeachment in the House of only 53 hours. So it just makes no sense whatsoever.
And I hate to do this to you. We only got about 30 seconds left, and this is a big story as well. But the U.S. Court of Appeals says the Dakota Access Pipeline can continue to run, but needs more environmental review. What do you think of that decision?
Well, I think it's on balance. It's a victory. The appellate court is saying that it was wrong for the district court to stop the operation of the pipeline. I would agree with that. I think the company would agree with that. I think North Dakotans would agree with that. But the Corps of Engineers has to continue its environmental impact statement study. What is concerning about that is what will the Corps of Engineers under President Biden consider a full EIS versus what it would have under President Trump. So that's somewhat concerning.
Senator Kevin Cramer, thanks so much for your time today.
Always my pleasure. Thank you.